quite sure how gifted he is with the gaff, but we will see. So can we have a big round of applause, please, for Tilly Kelly?
The thundering waterfalls of Glasgow between Brazil and Argentina. The cold wind that rolls over Blessington Lake in the south of Dublin. The grimy, beer-filled, dark interior of Morrison's 2 in Budapest on a Monday night after work. What do all these have in common? These are indeed the setting of the photos which now decorate my wall here in Budapest. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here to talk to you about my photo collection. Photography as a topic, but not in the sense of a skill or hobby, the amazing taking of a photo, but perhaps more so along my job title here at Nature, the recruitment and selection of different photos, posting of them on my wall, and the effect that this has had on me, and brought me forward to Budapest in this new adventure. This all began a few years ago, when on Aldi.ie, a very economical way of buying photos, I saw a selection, 200 photos for €2. The delivery price, indeed the only cost in receiving these photos. So I went through my Facebook, and I chronologically went and found the best photos, a diverse selection, and I printed them out. Since that time, they've been on my wall in Ireland, they spelled out the name of the house I lived in Belgium, and they now decorate my wall here in Budapest. I'm here to explain to you why these are a really important part of my life, and most importantly, something that's helped me come here and experience being in Budapest for the last 3 months. The different things that I find important about these photos, printing them out rather than keeping them in the digital archive, the depths of Facebook, Dropbox, or even the messy files and tabs I open on my desktop. Printing them out brings a new benefit to me. The idea that I can engage with my past and I can engage with these memories, to both share them with my friends, to remember all these events, happy and indeed sad, and as well as to learn from them and develop. Some photos, they're a conversation starter. Here I've managed to have a few different parties, a few different events where people have come by and have been in my accommodation. They've seen these photos, one time lying on the table, one time on my wall. The first time was a sauna party, which I'll admit, me and my roommate Davida were quite amazed that we managed to convince all of our female colleagues to come over to our party and have a wine and sauna party. Separately, recently had a big weekend, the Irish Guys Open. My boss quite astutely pointed out to me that 3 Irish guys in Budapest for a weekend is going to be a recipe for a very hard Monday. When my friends came over and for these events, there was always one photo that stood out. 2 years ago, 8 of us stood up on the podium in Inniscarra Lake in the south of Ireland. This was a rowing event, and we just won the national championships. 2 years of effort had gone into this. But the thing that stood out about this photo was not the sporting prowess, the muscular, tall, wide, well-built men and the trophies that they held, but indeed the fact that alongside this was the unfortunate choice of a uniform, a kit for the team, which was skin-tight white lycra shorts. As some of you may or may not imagine at this stage, that leaves little to the imagination. The girls all took this and went, "Oh my god!" At which point they then compared me systematically to all my teammates. The tallest on the team, Paul, had kept his trophy in front of his shorts, so after that point they all came up with a theory about that. This is one thing, it helped me to engage with my past, it helped me to share with people a story, not just to tell them where I come from in small talk, to go, look, here's the things I've done. Another aspect is it helps me to remember. It helps me to move forward every day. And as I go to get my stuff in the morning, that 2 minutes before I run out, 5 minutes late, to get my coffee, to run out the door, to grab my stuff in the wardrobe, I see these photos. They stick in my subconscious and I might think of them as I go around in the day. There's different events that span my whole past. From drinking under a shady tree on the outside of Ville-sur-Tarn, a small scenic village in France, where me and my 5 friends would get drunk on 5 crates of Kronenberg. And looking back on that, trying to reflect on how far I've come, or in many ways, after the big weekend last weekend, how far I had not come. There's other events, is teaching aqua circuits in Spain, the Venga boys blaring, me going, "Come on ladies, let's do it!" This was in front of the Spanish embassy, or the Spanish ministry had come out to see in Spain how well the Spanish children were being taught by the native English speakers. I was given the nice idea of having to teach them through aqua circuits, something I've been teaching the girls that I was working with. this is another thing, it helps me remember. My whole Erasmus blur of drinking cheese, or drinking amazing Belgian beer and camembert. And from this, these memories, all the things I did, throwing oranges in a festival in Banach, going to the beach in Nice with my friends, and indeed just the events in between, the leprechaun party I had for St. Patrick's Day. But it helps me remember these things that otherwise I might forget. And maybe, of course, I'd remember, but who takes the time out in their day to always reflect on their past, rather than engaging with it systematically as you go on? This brings me on to my third point. My third point here is that it helps me learn and develop. Having them hear the happy memories, that's great, and you kind of go, look at the selection I picked up. Look at all these happy times, these poses I made. But another sense is that I try and be selective, but not exclusive with the photos. I try and put up photos that accurately represent my past. I include photos, and this took a while, so a bit of, I guess, maturity or perhaps naive sort of hit the click and send on Ali.ie. Because I put up photos of my previous relationships. The ones that maybe ended good, the ones that ended bad. But I try and learn from this. And seeing them, I go, oh, that was so cringe, I can't believe I went out with that girl, and how it ended and stuff. But having them here makes me go, okay, let's live with it. Let's learn from that, that phrase where you learn from your parents only when you hit 21, you sort of go, man, my parents have learned so much in the last year. But it's that you matured to the point where you now understood the wisdom that they've been giving you, where you shunned off at 16. From this, I feel the third thing with me is that I learn from them, I develop. I learn to live with the moments in the past. And equally, from this, I learned to kind of accept those happy moments for what they were. Not the sense of something ended, something failed, but that it goes on. Coming here to Budapest, I mean, what am I going to have? A few memories. Running like a headless chicken in Szeged in a frisbee tournament. Picking up a new sport, which now ended. But learning something new. Learning to cook very badly, I'll admit. Apparently wearing mittens in my friend's house. A party we threw in the office one night after hours for Halloween, where I'm sitting in my normal attire, just there at the computer, clicking away, and one of my friends was wearing a Catwoman costume, sitting on my lap, kind of like this, going, yeah, and me going, what? My friends all basically had the idea that for Halloween I'd hired a bunch of strippers. From this, it's learning and it's memory. Coming forward to Budapest, one thing I'm going to have here is a photo of tonight, hopefully. My friend Ala in the corner taking pictures of me now. That this will teach me, like, the moments I've had here. Going forward, this is something that I really appreciate. And that having them tangibly on my wall and not hidden away somewhere where I'm not going to access is something that's really important to me. And I suggest, for any of you who'd be interested, something that would be really important for you. On that note, on the idea of engaging with friends and sharing your past, and having a way to remember things in really tangible and engaging ways you go on. And from learning from this and developing, and learn to deal with the things that happened before, thinking about them subconsciously, and really gaining value out of your past, I'd like to recommend to all of you printing your photos. On that note, thank you very much.